My name is Matisse Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Captain Marvel movie that came out in 2019. And actually, this is the first time I ever do a movie review on this channel. So I recently downloaded the Disney Plus app, and I was blown away to see the whole MCU catalog. Actually, there's a couple movies that are missing from there, but most of it. And I really wanted to rewatch all the movies in chronological order. I was going to start with Captain America, but the Captain Marvel movie I only saw once, and I thought it was okay. I was sort of bothered with the whole debate that revolved around the movie, with people hating on the movie because they thought it had like this political agenda, and other people thinking it was just totally awesome. You couldn't question it. And I thought it was just really dumb, and it sort of took me out of the experience of watching the movie in the first place. I'm not going to summarize the movie, and I'm just going to tell you guys what I liked and what I didn't like. It might be a little bit of out of order, but it's the things that just popped up at me, and I saw positively or negatively. And I have like this weird rating system that I'm going to use at the bottom, at the end of the video. It's going to tally up the things I liked and tally up the things I didn't like. Then I'm just going to subtract stuff I didn't like. It's super complicated from what I liked, and that's the final number that I'm going to get. What's that number I'm going to use to rank all the MCU movies because I have too much spare time on my hands. One good and then one bad. So, and we're going to throw through my list. So the first thing I really liked was the Kree themselves. The alien race was pretty. I thought aesthetically they were really cool. I love their technology, their home planet too. The whole idea, and spoiler warnings for a year-old movie. I like the whole idea that they were like this oppressive race that was hunting other alien races down. Because normally the Kree tend to have this tendency of being bad guys in the Marvel universe, or tend to do really bad stuff. Now, let's go to a negative. I didn't like Nick Fury's origins, or the way it was shown, being this like low-level Shield agent. Like he was pretty awesome in the movie. I did love Samuel L. Jackson's role in this movie and his interpretation. The de-aging was okay. It felt a little weird that they used on his face. But their origins themselves, I just didn't like them too much. It didn't resonate with me. On with that, with Nick Fury, let's go back to one of the positives. The scrolls were really awesome. Aesthetically, I thought they were really, really cool. And another positive point with the scrolls is their. I didn't see it coming that they were going to be the good guys, that they were being hunted down. They were trying to escape the Kree, and that we had this whole situation with refugees. So, because at the beginning of the movie, they're portrayed as being the bad guys, infiltrating the Kree society, trying to destroy them. And then we get the whole situation that it's the other way around. So, I thought that was pretty awesome. They did a really good job. Because, again, the Skrulls tend to be portrayed as bad guys. So, that was a really, that worked out pretty well. That's like one of the few things I thought to myself in the movie is like, whoa, that was awesome. And one of the negatives, Captain Marvel's power sets. I didn't like it. They're not established how powerful she can be. There's one moment that she's so insanely overpowered. She starts punching through ships and stuff like that. Like you never feel like she's, as a character, she's in danger. There's no sense of that anything's gonna happen to her. Like her only weakness, and it's not a weakness, is that she doesn't remember her past, and that's the whole issue with the movie. She's trying to find out where she come from and stuff like that. Is that the scrolls are like the only liability? She's trying to keep them alive, and the Kree not killing them. But like the villains she has to deal with are no match to her. So, like you never feel like she's in danger. Cat, I wasn't familiar with this character because I haven't read Captain Marvel's or Miss Marvel's. Oh, I used to read Miss Marvel series way back in the day. It was pretty good. But the Captain Marvel series over the past 10 years, I'm not familiar with it, so I wasn't familiar with Gus and Gus's alien powers. So I thought that was pretty cool. Even though the CGI on Gus at moments was sort of wonky, it wasn't the best. Another thing I really didn't like is how Nick Fury loses his eyes, one of his eyes, sorry, to Gus. That just really didn't work for me. I thought it was really stupid and weak. When I saw it, I thought to myself, "Oh God, really? You can't be doing this." One another positive for me is the whole setting of the 90s. I thought it was pretty cool since I was a teen during that time. So a lot of that stuff resonated with me, and I was able to pick up on a ton of things. Like falling into a Blockbuster, I have really good memories about going to Blockbuster and stuff like that. Especially the music. I like the music that they used. I don't think the director. I didn't check out the name of the director of this movie. Did a good enough job incorporating the music. And same like Taika Waititi and James Gunn did. They did a much better job. I like that they put in '90s music, but I didn't like the way it's executed most of the time, except for when they use "Come as You Are" when Captain Marvel is dealing with the Supreme Intelligence. They killed it there. That I thought to myself, that song is really well placed. Big music buff because I'm a musician myself. I play the bass. I love the references to Nine Inch Nails, Guns N' Roses, Smashing Pumpkins, Bush, No Doubt, Garbage. As I said before, Nirvana, Hole, and there's a couple other bands in there that I don't remember the names to. I love the Stan Lee cameo and the Stan Lee tribute too was really good. The whole reference to Mallrats was pretty cool too. Now going back to the negative, there's and well, sort of as I said before, based on the power sets of Captain Marvel, there's no sense of urgency or tension in the whole movie, and I think that's a problem not only with the character but with the director's work in it. Like, you don't feel there's no moment that you're on the edge of your seat. At least for me, I never got that feeling. Let's talk about briefly Brie Larson's interpretation of Captain Marvel. It's okay. It's serviceable. There's some moments that I didn't like her too much, and other moments I feel I liked her relationship with Samuel L. Jackson. That was pretty cool. The banter between both of these characters. But as her interpretation of this Captain Marvel just didn't work for me. Feeling with her that I get with Michael Burnham in Star Trek Discovery. They just give me that same feeling. It's just a personal thing with me. There was a whole debate about feminism and stuff like that with this movie, and it was going to be super heavy-handed. And I remember Brie Larson saying some stupid stuff in interviews and stuff like that relative to this and feminism. It's there, but it's very superficial. I don't think it's a problem with the movie itself. Like the problems the movie has, it's not because it has a political message. It's just the director didn't do a good enough job for me. Unnecessary debate that's very much a part of the context of the time did weigh down on me when I first saw the movie. It did like sort of like condition my first viewing. It did take away a little bit from the experience. Now seeing it for a second time, it's like I know about the situation, but it didn't affect me so much. Another positive is Talos, the leader of the Skrulls. Awesome character. I love his interpretation. Who was Ben Mendelsohn? Just kills it. I'm so happy to see that character keep popping up in other Marvel movies. Smart. He's cunning. They're very creative in the way they use scroll shape shifting and how they infiltrate. That's really awesome. The whole thing. Let's go to the negatives. The whole thing with the warp engine just didn't make any sense with me because we would see these alien races punching holes through reality and doing these space jumps. So why would you need to travel at the speed of light? It seems it goes slower than punching holes through reality. But then we get the big reveal that this I don't remember how it's called. It's the Cosmic Cube. And then I had a lot of questions that I have to go check up on where the hell the Cosmic Cube was at the time, and within the context of the MC history and stuff like that. And thought to myself, like, really, the Cosmic Cube? You could have used anything else. Why did you use the Cosmic Cube? I feel like as a MacGuffin, it was used way too much within the MCU history. Then another one positive is I did like the whole fish out of water situation with Captain Marvel when she arrives on Earth, dealing with this new planet and her relationship and her origins on Earth. That part I found it to be a little bit. It was one of the few moments where I found Captain Carol Danvers to be like interesting as a character reacting to these situations. Of the return of Coulson, having Clark Gregg reinterpret this character, I really liked it because I really didn't like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series. So that was really cool to see him back in a Marvel movie. I did like Jan Rog, but Jude Law really kills it. He's an interesting villain, but he stands no chance against Captain Marvel in their final battle. It's funny how she disposes of him very easily, as he does all the other Kree soldiers. Like, they stand no match to him. But Jude Law, I did like him as this conniving villain, stuff like that. It was okay. It's an okay movie. I'm going to tally up the stuff I liked and didn't like, put the grade on the bottom. It's okay. I didn't feel any tension. I did like the scrolls and the Kree and how they expanded the Marvel universe, MCU universe. That's pretty awesome. So probably the next movie I'm going to do is Ant-Man and the Wasp, a movie I did enjoy quite a bit more, but it does suffer some of the same problems that this movie does too. So hope you guys like this video. See you guys next time. Bye.